Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody. So guys, we've got the CPI numbers. So in the fundamental report we will take a look at the structure. So indeed, as you could see if you have read the report, that energy prices had dropped a bit on August, but as we said in the weekly report, that we in general expecting the more effect from this only in September. This effect that we've got in August is not sufficient was to compensate the growth of the price in other sectors such as food, services and other stuff. So as a result, we've got numbers that greater than expected. And currently on the fundamental background, we have two important moments that mostly stands in favor downside continuation. First is currently we're turning from the 50 basis points to 75 basis points scenario to 75 basis points, 100 basis points, because recently the probability that Fed will change rate for the whole percent jumped from the 0 to 38%. So currently this is one of the possible scenarios on a September meeting that will happen next week. And the second driving factor might be, it's mostly technical, it's a byproduct of the previous one, is that speculators currently will start to shake the boat and making bets on the whole percent interest rate change, because it is not priced in, it is very profitable might be, and for bargaining hunters could start to take the positions in favor of the whole percent move. That's both these factors will push dollar higher. Correspondingly, other markets, gold and forex, will push lower. So from that standpoint, returning back to the idea of the Brent body yesterday, so you could make the decision. So in general, it works nice. Currently, what is definitely you have to do is just move stops to the break-even. It's absolutely necessary. Second, you could think about booking some part of the profit, because usually I prefer to take some profit at the minimum target, so around 30%, maybe sometimes 50%, because market currently has completed the Brent body minimum target right there. And you could keep the rest for possible downward continuation, because recall what we have on longer term charts on the Great British Pound. Our suggestion that market should drop in the nearest time below 112 area, but potentially even falling lower, closer to the parity. This is longer term view. But initially, since market has the failing head and shoulders in progress on the weekly chart, it means drop below the head, which correspondingly leads us to an area around 112. That's what about the Great British Pound. Now, return back to the euro. On the euro currency, we do not have a lot of bright patterns as on the Great British Pound. That's actually was the reason why we focused on mostly on the cable. But still, the performance is very similar. So you could see here is the failure breakout of consolidation, market return at big down. So our initial suggestion that we have discussed in the weekly report, that area is attractive for taking the short position, actually well confirmed that. And technically, since market returned back in the consolidation, it means that it should try taking out the opposite border. So it should challenge the lows right there. Additionally, we have indirect hint on the same performance, just because on the gold market, also if you're watching our weekly report, you know that on the gold market we also have weekly grabber that suggests taking out the lows on the gold market. And it means that since currently everything is turning around the strength of the United States dollar, it just means that indirectly dollar should become stronger, which is correspondingly, if we transpose this situation on the euro, that euro also keep going lower, especially with the 1% change in interest rates in the minds of the investors. Overall background stands not very positive to euro currency as well. And besides, we have as you know, 90 even below the parity target mid-term on the monthly chart, so it might be direct action right there, but this within the few months. On the lower time frame, it's not many things to say. On the follow time frame chart, market's trying to hold around 99.90 last fib support. Performance here, as you can see, the C point has survived, just because this top has not been washed out, the C point, so this ABC pattern is still valid despite even this significant pullback. And we have incompleted XOP around 98, 98.11. So this is logical destination points if market will proceed lower. So in the current circumstance, if you would like to consider the hand shorts, and you could appeal that this might be bullish reversal swing. This market turns up, this is deep retracement, market should keep going higher. Well, we could speak about this if we wouldn't have collapse. If this pullback would be gradual, we could speak about the bullish reversal, deep retracement, and possible upward continuation. But with this background, this collapse, and with the possible changing of the fundamental background that we have just discussed, I wouldn't count on the reversal and the bullish performance. Instead of that, we probably could consider some resistance levels on the hourly chart that market could complete, so even form some maybe retracement. So for instance, if we will get here as double repo buy, it could mean that market could show the pullback to 143, maybe 165 area, which is a 50% of the frosting action. That potentially might be interesting to consider taking the short position, especially if we'll get here some kind of the Gartner's steeple to sell pattern, something of that sort. So for returning back to the bullish environment and considering bullish scenario, we need to get probably upside breakout out of there. Although we could see that daily chart is still shows MACD stands on the bullish side. But with this performance, well, personally, I'm not really inspiring with the thoughts of taking the long position here. So that's just our view on euro currency. So let's keep watching what will happen next.